Hi, Christina.
Hi, Uncle.
What are you doing?
I'm reading an article about gender and society.
Oh, you look so serious about it.
It's about gender and society, men and women. It's really interesting. It talks about how communication can influence genders.
Is this about our group assignment?
Yes, it is about our group assignment. The theme is gender and society. We're supposed to talk about it.
How about we invite Afifa to join us? She explains things clearly.
Yes, okay.
Let's go. Hi, Afifa.
Hi, Uncle.
What are you doing?
Actually, I was just reviewing the topic that we should present is gender and society.
Oh, really? Actually, me and Christina wanted to discuss it with you.
Oh, okay. I think, I have an idea. How about we discuss the essential question, which is how does communication influence gender role in society and how can it help break the stereotypes? Are you okay with that?
I'm totally fine with it.
Okay, so where should we discuss it?
Shall we discuss it on there?
Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay guys, so to begin with, communication actually plays a huge role in shaping how society views gender. Every time we talk, use certain words, or even react to people, reinforcing ideas about what men and women should be like. For example, if people keep saying boys don't cry, it sends the message that showing emotion is only for girls, which isn't true at all.
Exactly. The small things in language may seem harmless, but they have a big impact. Even in workplaces, when a man speaks confidently, people call him a good leader. But when a woman speaks the same way, sometimes they say she's bossy.
That's true. That's what we call double standards. And that's why our topic focuses on breaking stereotypes through communication. If we change the way we talk, like using neutral terms and avoiding gendered labels, we can help society see men and women more equally.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Uncle. Language is powerful. Inclusive language, like saying police officer instead of policeman or chairperson instead of chairman, shows us that any gender can do those roles. It's not just about being politically correct, it's about being respectful and fair.
And I think culture also plays a big part in communication.
Yes.
In some Asian cultures, women are expected to be quiet or gentle, while men are supposed to be bold and confident. But that doesn't mean women can't speak up. It just shows how cultures shapes communication styles.
True. And I think we should also remember that communication isn't only about words. It's also about non-verbal cues, body language, eye contact, tone, even how we listen. For example, in meetings, some men tend to interrupt women more. It's not always intentional, but it sends a message that women's voice are less important.
Uncle, are you trying to tell us that you interrupt people?
I used to think until I realized I get scolded for it.
That's exactly why we need awareness.
Yes.
Sometimes communication habits are shaped by gender expectation without us realizing it.
Yes, and that's why education is very important. If young people learn early that gender doesn't determine communication skill, both boys and girls can lead, express, and listen. We can slowly change how society thinks.
Speaking of education, even teachers sometimes unknowingly reinforce stereotypes, like telling boys to carry heavy stuff or asking girls to arrange the classroom. because the later, it seems normal, but it teaches that roles are based on gender instead of ability.
That's such a good example. It reminds me of how media also plays a part. In movies, women are often shown as emotional or in caring roles, while men are strong heroes. But thankfully, now we see more variety, strong female characters, and emotional male leads.
That's the progress we want. Media and communication reflect society, but they can also change society. When audience see balanced portrayals, it helps normalize equality.
Exactly. Communication has the power to either reinforce or challenge stereotypes. It depends on how we use it.
And empathy is the key. When we communicate with empathy, we understand that everyone experiences gender expectation differently. For example, a man may feel pressured to always be strong, while a woman may feel pressured to always look perfect. If we listen instead of judge, we make communication more inclusive.
Yes, I totally agree with you. That's what we call respectful communication. It's about being aware that our words carry weight. Even simple phrases like act like a lady or man up might sound harmless, but they can limit people's freedom to be themselves.
Yeah, it's like society builds a box around each gender. Communication can either make that box smaller or help people break out of it.
That is beautifully said. So if we go back to our essentials question, how does communication influence gender roles in society? And how can it help break stereotypes? For me, I think the answer is communication shapes how we see gender, but it can also be the tool to fix those wrong ideas.
Perfectly put, Christina. Through inclusive, respectful, and empathic communication, we can build understanding instead of division. And once we understand each other better, society becomes fairer for everyone. Okay, so after everything we talked about, I think what really stands out is how powerful communication actually is, right? Like, we use it every day, talking to friends, posting online, even joking. But we rarely think about how it shapes gender expectation.
Yes, even a small joke can carry a big message.
Yes.
For example, when people joke like, "You show like a girl," it sounds
like
funny, but it actually implies girls are weak. So, communication isn't just about words, it's also about values.
Exactly. Sometimes people say, oh, it's just a joke. But jokes can teach people what's acceptable.
Yeah.
If we keep repeating the same gender jokes, society starts believing them. So, changing the way we joke and talk can change how we think too.
Well, that's true, Uncle. And another thing is when we communicate online, we have an even bigger audience, right? Social media can either help us or challenge gender stereotypes, even making them worse. If people use their platform wisely, for example, like promoting equality or encouraging respectful discussion, we can actually create change.
Yeah, I've seen influencers who use their voice to speak up for gender equality. They remind people that women and men deserve the same respect, whether it's in career, family, or personal choices. And I think that's the kind of communication we should support.
Right, because breaking stereotypes isn't about attacking others, it's about creating understanding. Like letting men know it's okay to be emotional, or telling women it's okay to be ambitious. We're all humans. We should have the freedom to express ourselves honestly.
Well, couldn't agree more, Uncle. And that's the kind of communication we want, right? Honest, open, and respectful. If we all communicate with empathy instead of judgment, we can make society a safer and more supportive place for everyone.
Yes, I think our generation actually plays a big role here. We are the one who can change the way people talk about gender, not just by giving speech, but by showing it in our daily communication.
Yeah, like even in small things, encouraging our friends not laughing at sexist jokes and listening when someone shares their feelings. Those are small steps, but they build a big change over time.
Well, yeah, that's beautiful actually. I feel like the more we talk about this, the more we talk about issues, the more we understand each other's experience. Gender equality isn't about who is better. It's about giving everyone equal space to be themselves.
Well said, Afifa. And for me, I think this discussion reminded me that communication is not just about talking, but it's also about listening. Sometimes people just need someone to listen to their story
Yes.
without judging or comparing.
That's a good point, Christina. That's true. Listening is actually one of the most respectful forms of communication. When we really listen, we learn. And when we learn, we stop judging.
Exactly, and that's why our essential question is, how does communication influence gender role in society, and how can it help break stereotypes? Is so important in our life because it reminds us that communication can either limit or liberate people.
Yes, I agree with you, Afifa. For me, if we use communication with care, awareness, and empathy, we can help everyone feel seen and respected, no matter what is their gender.
And maybe one day society won't even need to break stereotypes because there won't be any left to break.
Yes, that's the dream, Uncle, and that is the future that we want.
Now I'm feeling so hungry. Can we go to the cafe right now?
Okay,
Let's
guys.
go, I'm starving.
Let's go.